This is the Consumer Electronics Show. And it's the biggest technology showcase in the world. Every year, hundreds of thousands of tech geeks and nerds swarm Las Vegas to show off some of the most innovative and also gimmicky technology known to man. And anything seems to go. I wanted to share not only what I found, but also what it was like to go to such a crazy convention. So here we go. This is CES 2023. Being that this was my first time to ever go to CES, I wanted to make a good impression on everybody. I've been growing my YouTube channel over the past couple years very slowly, and this is my first time I've ever been able to go to a big convention and talk to strangers, which I don't terribly enjoy doing, but I felt maybe I'd break out of my shell. I don't know, maybe. But this convention was such a big deal to me that I decided to fly out my film friends to help me make it.
Wait, did you even do it?
No. One of the things I didn't know about CES before I got there was it's really big. It basically spans the entire strip. It even has its own bus service. So naturally, getting anywhere I wanted to go took forever. And if you're wondering where the bathroom is, it's here. Speaking of bathrooms, here's a rundown of the technology we saw at CES. Here's Sony, gave us a private booth tour, and they had the new VR headset for PlayStation, but the tours were all booked, so we couldn't actually see it. This hologram thing was pretty cool though. It looked like you could actually touch the things on the screen. And here's a satellite they launched into space a few days ago. And instead of TVs this year, they showed us a new car they made, but it doesn't run yet. And even Martha Stewart came to check it out. And there were a lot of vehicles at CES. Some big, some small, some totally electric, mostly electric. One of the common themes I was able to see was that basically almost all the vehicles out on the floor had some sort of autonomous driving feature. Basically, they're trying to make people stop driving. Everyone pretty much agreed that humans shouldn't drive anymore. We're stopping that. But then we saw this moving trash can robot thing outside of Dunkin' Donuts, and we weren't sure if it was trying to go somewhere or if it got lost. I tried to help it, but it wasn't doing that well. And that was another thing I noticed overall, was there were a lot of things that just weren't quite polished or just a little off and not quite fully fleshed out. Kind of half-baked. Google had an entire building with like a 30-minute line, but once you got inside, all it was some sort of abstract software thing, and I think they kind of realized it too, because to make up for it, they had these slot machines and you could get something, but it was just candy. And then Samsung had the same thing, but we didn't win anything from them.
Yay, 1-0. Thanks, Samsung.
Now, if you know my channel, you know that I review a lot of speaker music kind of stuff, but there really wasn't much of that here. They had a lot of speakers, but trust me, it was not worth your time. Alltech Lansing was there, but one of their biggest things was a cassette player. They were bringing it back. And I thought that was kind of cool, but then I walked a booth over and realized there was another distributor who actually made the thing. I tried to find JBL, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't find them, and nobody could.
They're hidden or something.
So all of the audio stuff is that way.
Yeah, their booth never popped up on the app.
It seemed that some audio groups did not want to be found. I found the Bluetooth group up in the suites of the Venetian, but they weren't really overly eager to give me a concrete answer on when LE Bluetooth audio technology is coming out, so sorry to my speaker people, later sometime in 2023 maybe. But instead I found a karaoke booth and they had me sing.
Yeah, ready to be blown away, Evan? This is for you.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me.
One thing that wasn't shaky was the food. The burritos were excellent, but the tray we had them on was a little compostable one, and it couldn't really hold the whole thing. It was a little awkward to walk with. But I'm not sure if that was part of CES. Another booth that I kind of reluctantly admit was actually really impressive was the handy booth. This is a masturbation tool basically, and it goes up and down really fast. And they seemed really interested in showing me how it worked, since I have a small YouTube channel. And so I sat down for a demonstration. I was naturally a little nervous, and here they just wanted to make sure it worked really good before I tried it. And basically what you can't see is there was a middle-aged lady in an oatmeal-colored sweater that was putting this head massager thing up and down on my knee. And I don't know how I feel about it, but it was definitely intense. I'll leave this one up to the viewer to decide on, but I will say the micro accuracy of the movements felt just insanely real. Probably the most impressive booth by far was LG. They had a giant water fountain of TVs with water and stuff on them. And they weren't really doing a lot of crazy stuff. Mainly they just stuck to TVs, and they did a really good job. This 8K TV was super impressive because the detail was mind-blowing, and it's almost like you could touch the fur on this wolf. But that's also the great thing, is that you could touch it without being afraid that a wolf was gonna actually eat you alive. Everyone at CES seemed to be making something to replace the real thing. Basically, all you would have for everything would be some sort of digital computer to do your daily tasks, or talk to you, or be your children, or whatever. Here's a man being digitized into the metaverse. I found kind of ironic because you have all these people traveling millions of miles to be together, but yet they're making technologies to do away with that. I guess there's not really a perfect solution. I kind of get sick of people when I'm around them too much, but also if I use too much technology to separate myself, I get lonely. But I'd say probably the most important thing is to celebrate how far we've come from what we used to be able to do. I don't know. Does that sound preachy? Probably a little preachy. But at least I can say that I didn't come away empty-handed. Well, that was it. That was CES 2023. You saw all the little robots and stuff. Now, you can leave a comment if you want, or maybe subscribe. And special thanks to Evan and Shane for helping me make this film, and also to my viewers. Seriously, if you watch these videos, that's the only reason I can actually afford to make these things. So you did make it to the end of the video, so you're special. And I'll see you on the next one. So stay tuned. Bye.